Top 5 Best Receiver Stereo. Number 5. Cambridge Audio AXA35. Cambridge Audio has earned quite the rep for their consumer audio offering. That's because, rather than loading up their speakers and receivers with flashy extras, they stay laser-focused on high-quality audio and impeccable design. The AXA35 isn't the most powerful receiver out there, and it certainly doesn't offer the I/O spread of more expensive units. But what it does offer is 35 watt per channel of truly balanced sound, a moving magnet phono input that is extra friendly for record players, and some tone shaping controls that will really provide an impressive audio response. In short, it's everything you'll need to let your stereo speakers shine. Of course, the reason we're giving it the nod here is because it sits at an ultra-thin 3.3 inches tall, and at just over 12 pounds, it's one of the sleekest units out there that still offers sizable power. Its silver gray design and stark white display also give it a much more futuristic look than the tired, plain black used in most receiver systems. At first glance, the price point might seem steep for only a few inputs and only 35 watts per channel of sound, but because of how well Cambridge Audio has handled that sound and because this thing looks so good, it's worth the price for those who need something sleek and pro. What we like: beautiful, sleek design. Excellent, balanced audio handling. Great for turntable use. What we don't like: slightly underpowered. Limited inputs and outputs. A bit pricey. Coming in number 4. Sony STRDH190. Sony's STRDH190 is about as barebones as you can get for a true stereo receiver and amplifier. With the requisite giant knobs on the front and the LED, text-based display, you aren't getting anything that looks particularly futuristic. The 100 watts of RMS handling is also very basic, powering most speaker setups with enough volume to enjoy TV shows and music alike. While there are 4 audio inputs via RCA, there's an additional RCA phono-specific input for connecting a record player. This, paired with the stereo outputs, make this an ideal choice for record lovers. But, if you do want some modern functionality, there's Bluetooth connectivity available for playing music from your phone, tablet, or computer. The Bluetooth protocol isn't the main focus here, so don't expect modern codecs like aptX or anything. Instead, you're getting a middle-of-the-road receiver that will power your speaker setup, all for a great price. Your trade-offs come in the lack of subwoofer and surround sound support, and the fact that it's about 15 pounds and pretty bulky. If you want something sleeker, louder, or more versatile, you'll have to look elsewhere on the list. But from a features to price standpoint, this is a good option. What we like: reasonably priced. Solid input selection. Good power output. What we don't like: no subwoofer support. Bulky, heavy design. Coming in number 3. Amazon Echo Link Amp. Amazon's Echo Link line of products aims to give you a bridge between your traditional audio-video equipment and Amazon's tried-and-true Alexa voice control. This essentially turns your stereo system into a smart stereo receiver. There is a version of the Echo Link that does not feature an amp, which is a great option if you already have a stereo receiver that you love, but just want to bring smart functionality and voice controls to your setup. The Echo Link Amp here is a true standalone receiver, allowing you to power your passive speakers and drive a full AV system. The I/O is pretty standard, giving you RCA, coaxial, and digital optical ins and outs. This means that you can easily feed your media into the receiver and pass it through to another device if you choose. There's an Ethernet port here too for connecting to the internet, an important step for bringing in the Echo functionality. Finally, there are 2 speaker outputs for driving 60 W of power to your passive bookshelf or stereo speakers, as well as a subwoofer out for including a sub in your system. Flip it around, and the design is pretty no-nonsense. There's one giant volume knob on the front to allow you to control the drive quickly if needed, but all of the other functionality is controlled via the smart functions. Once you connect the device to the internet, you'll then use your smartphone and Alexa app to set up the device, after which, the Echo Link basically acts like any other product on your network. That means you can control the amp with your voice or the Alexa app, and you can even set up the system for whole home audio, telling your system to play one thing in the bedroom and another thing in your living room entertainment setup. The name of the game here is simplicity. And though the price is a little steep for the power handling, it might be worth it if you have a truly Alexa-based home. What we like: Alexa-enabled control. Sleek, no-nonsense design. Easy to set up. What we don't like: slightly limited power output. A little pricey. Coming in number 2. Yamaha RN303BL. The Yamaha RN303BL offers a lot of the same features as the lower-end RS line of receivers, but folds in some extra functionality that might be worth the noticeably higher price tag. The dual stereo speaker outputs will drive 100 watts of power at 8 ohms, just like the lower-end model. And all the line-level analog RCA inputs are here. What's different here is the presence of digital optical input from your TV, meaning it will assimilate more easily into a modern entertainment setup. Other key additions are Wi-Fi and smart functionality. While you can connect your phone to the receiver using Bluetooth, you'll find a lot more value using Yamaha's MusicCast app, which allows Alexa voice control and Apple AirPlay. This makes the receiver a lot more versatile for streaming, and considering it supports FLAC and lossless audio, it's great for those who have a Wi-Fi playable, high-definition audio library. For the price, it's a solid deal, considering the quality of offering here. We'd have liked to see surround support for that price, but the digital and internet-based options are a nice feature here. What we like: tons of connected features. Digital input available. Plenty of power. What we don't like: a bit pricey. No surround support. Limited inputs and no HDMI. Coming in number 1. Yamaha RS202BL. Yamaha provides consumers with a really nice middle ground for stereo receivers, with enough power to drive your speaker setup and enough features to give you options, and the RS202BL earns our top spot here because it does this all really well. The best thing about the 202BL is that you get a 100 watts channel stereo receiver with just enough bells and amp, whistles to feel premium at a very non-premium price, without any of the flashiness that can drive the price of your receiver way up. To be clear, this unit is a true stereo receiver, not offering anything in the way of surround sound outputs or HDMI pass-through. It is an amp that will power up to 2 pairs of passive speakers at 8 ohms for up to 100 watts of handling. It's a good fit for a record player setup as well as a basic TV entertainment setup. There are 4 RCA level inputs and 1 RCA output to extend your system to a separate receiver if you need more channels. There's a radio receiver on board to allow for 40 stations of AM or FM tuning. Plus, Yamaha has included 2 interesting wildcard features: Bluetooth connectivity for easily connecting to your wireless-enabled devices and an eco mode that aims to save power when you are playing media for longer hours. Finally, the look of the unit, while not exactly compact, manages to tread a fine line between substantial and sleek. In short, the thing will look pretty classy in your setup. What we like: decent power output. Bluetooth and eco modes. Reasonably priced. What we don't like: a bit bulky. No subwoofer or surround support.